Hello people, just a nice little video here. Some interesting points from a very wise man, reaffirming some of the things that I already knew. But he obviously is a much better articulator of the language than I am. So without further ado, I will allow him to continue.
You understand it, you just said, go fuck yourselves. And they were like, no, fuck us. And I was so you said, look, I hear one more fucking person say, fuck the queen, I'm going to fucking kick your ass. So somebody else said, fuck the queen. So it was funny, I took off my fucking jacket, I was wearing like a three-piece suit tie. I said, that's it, I'll take on this whole fucking crowd. I'm going to so fucking kick your asses. So it's so funny, I started walking out in the crowd, so go ahead and say it to my face. You know, nobody would say it. I said, look, you want a little fucking history of England? I'll give you a fucking history of England. I said, I can't believe I'm a fucking American. I fucking left school at 14 years old, and I got to teach you fuckers English history? Well, here we fucking go. I said, I ain't done with the seminar yet. So I went back to the board, and I fucking threw the queen on one side and the crown on the other. And I explained, man, this is how this fucking country rolls. When that Church of England goes, the people will fucking go. I said, right now, I said, anybody who sells real estate here in this realm? And some people said, yeah. Anybody knows the fucking law? Yeah. Yeah. Can the banks own land? No. I said, you know why the banks can't own land? They can't own land in Canada, Australia, New Zealand, United States of America. Why can't the bank own land? Because the land are the people, stupid. We come from the clay. We come from the earth. We come from the ground. We are the land, you dumb motherfuckers. Oh, you don't believe me? Where we come from the land. Oh, you're enlightened spirits. Yeah. Let me explain something. When you fucking walk out in that woods today and you fall down and die, you're going to become part of the land. You're going to be part of the dirt. I don't give a fuck who you think you are. You're going to go right back to that damn dirt where your fucking mommy and daddy ate you from. I said, you are fucking dirt, and you better fucking get it through your brain quick. The queen and the land are one. The king and the land are one. I said, how come many fucking people never heard that phrase? And they all said, well, we always heard the king and the land are one. Yeah, it's not the dirt, it's the people, you fucking dummies. I said, once the fucking crown is allowed to buy the land, the people, you people will be the slaves of the fucking crown. You better pray that that fucking king or queen symbolizes the people, and the land and the king and queen will always be one. You ever dethrone that fucking lady? You ever get rid of that royal fucking family? You ever get rid of the Church of England? I said, those motherfuckers that run the crown. I said, you want to talk about these Jewish people that run this fucking crown organization inside of the city of London? You understand what they got going on here? Maybe you don't understand. Let me explain how the city of London was formed. I said, you ever see the advance of Western civilization? How it came from the Middle East, and then it came to Greece, and then it came to fucking Italy, and then it came to Spain, and then it came to France, and then it came to Germany, and then it came to England. I said, it was the Jewish people that fucking made Western civilization what it is. They brought the money with them. With the money, they brought the trade, they brought the knowledge, they brought the education, they brought the skills. I said, okay, what happened when the fucking King of England fucking owed the fucking Jews fucking money and he didn't feel like paying them? He told them to get the fuck out of here. We'll kill you all. I'll tell you killed. Well, I'll tell my people that your people killed Jesus Christ, and they'll kill every fucking one of you. So what did they do? They went back to France. What happened? France came and fucking kicked the English king's ass because they had the money now. So what did the fucking King of England fucking decide to do? Work with the Jews. The Jews are like, yeah, okay, King, you know what? From now on, you want to work with us? You want money from us? Yeah, great. You know what? We want fucking a square mile. We want fucking land here in fucking England that you can't fucking enter, that you can't ever fucking tell us to leave, that you can't fucking ever trespass upon without our fucking blessings. This fucking spot of fucking planet Earth and this part of fucking England is ours for all time. I said, why do you think the Queen needs an escort into the city of London? Why do you think she has to leave her fucking bodyguards and all her fucking people on the other side of that gate when she enters into the city of London? Why do you think the city of London has two fucking mayors? I said, did you ever fucking ask yourselves that? This is fucking why. It's because this is their fucking spot on planet Earth. I said, this is the city of London. I said, this is why they fucking exist. I said, because, but when they are able to buy the land, I said, that's when they'll be able to own all of fucking England. You better pray that you have two fucking systems going on here. You got the Judaeo and you got the Christian values going on here. You better pray those Christian values never fucking leave this land. I said, you better people better fucking turn to God, and I mean fucking quick. And I'm not fucking talking about Judaeo God, I'm talking about Christian fucking God. You better learn what this fucking trespass means, and you better learn quick. You better go back to your James fucking Bible, where he says that, please forgive the trespass against us. You better understand what King James said. King James flipped it to say, I forgive those that debt against us, as I wish those that I owe the debt forgive I of my debts. I said, you better fucking go back and look at what King James, what fucking James wrote. You better go fucking find out quick. I said, before you lose this fucking land to the crown. I said, don't say fuck the queen. You better say go fuck the crown. I said, because that's the fucking enemy of the people, not the queen. So it's so funny, man. I said, I can't. That's what I said to these people. I said, now, have a good night and goodbye. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. And I can't believe some guy who fucking finished third from the bottom of his fucking class. Two guys finished underneath me. I said, with a fucking graduating class of 1,400, had to explain fucking English history to a room full of fucking people who supposedly know this stuff, who are interested in this stuff, to come here on a seminar on a wet-ass fucking rainy, like Saturday or Sunday. I can't believe, man, I have to explain fucking English history to people. I said, I'm from America. I'm one of the colonists. I'm a nobody. You people better tighten up your shit a whole bunch, man. If a fucking clown like Carl Lentz could come over here to your fucking country and explain how your fucking country works. I said, this isn't my fucking job. I said, this is all your fucking jobs. I said, this is fucking pitiful. I said, I come from the land of the self-governance. I said, you come from the land of England. I said, you come from the Church of England. You come from where the fucking land and the fucking king are one. You better understand what that means. You better get it quick. I said, I don't need to know this. I said, I come from the land of the self-governing. I said, I don't know fucking king. The king and the land aren't one. I said, I come from the land where everybody's fucking equal. We're all self-governed. I said, I don't have a fucking king. I said, we all fucking come from one, where I come from.
So just following on from what Carl's saying about the City of London, I was looking at quo warranto, which was an interesting term, and I was just looking on the legal dictionary on here, and it just had a little article at the end, or a little section here at the end here, which related to the Glorious Revolution. So the most famous historical instance of quo warranto was taken against the Corporation of London by Charles II. Charles II being the king before the revolution. There was one after him, I'm pretty sure of it. It was another James, I think, who got kicked out. But Charles II, in 1683, the King's Bench adjudged the charter and franchises of the City of London to be forfeit to the Crown, though this judgment was reversed, obviously, by the London Quo Warranto Judgment Reversement Act, 1689, shortly after the Glorious Revolution. So here again you have the king trying to establish dominion or control, reassert his control of the crown over the City of London, which later led on to the Glorious Revolution under the guise of papists, supporters, Catholic supporters of the monarchy. And then I thought, well, let's have a look at this 1689, and I just ended up going to, this is just a claim of right, which is some of the things that were going on. You know, like the American Declaration of Independence, where they have a load of like grievances listed out, what's been going on, but this is one as well. And this is in relation to the Glorious Revolution, the Claim of Right Act. And here it says something which I thought was quite interesting, which was His Royal Highness William of Orange obviously came over with Mary and is now king and has pleased Almighty God to make the glorious instrument of delivering the kingdoms from popery, that all proclamations asserting the absolute power of Casanol, whatever that is, to disable laws, the erecting schools and colleges for Jesuits, the intervening and inverting Protestant chapels, so it's changing Protestant chapels into Jesuit chapels and churches, to public mass houses, and the allowing masses to be said contrary to law. So I just thought, hang on, that's interesting seeing Jesuits being mentioned here, because I read recently about the Jesuits in the American Civil War, and something about I'll paraphrase it, but I recommend you read about the Jesuits in the American Civil War, and basically there was some particular head of the Jesuit at the time had access to the treasury of the Vatican, and apparently one of the guys who funded the American Revolution was a Jesuit who had the keys to the vaults of the Vatican. So he said, "Yeah, we'll fund your revolution for you." I don't know if that's true. It might be speculation, but the guy who was in the Vatican who did it did get arrested, or let's say put under house arrest by the Pope, and was essentially died in prison. I think he did. I think he became a martyr or a saint after that. I can't exactly remember the whole story, but it's something to bear in mind. It's rather interesting that the Jesuits appear in both the Glorious Revolution and in the American Revolution. There's probably a lot more to be dug around there, but hey, I just thought that was rather interesting. Just at the end of the expressed opinions that Carl had in relation to the City of London and the monarchy, and the importance of the Queen in upholding the freedoms of the subjects and the Commonwealth in general.